Welcome to the first 11. This is local paper talk. We're going to go through the whole Premier League, starting with Sheffield United, working our way up the top stories in the local papers. So we're going to do this every lunchtime when I get a lunch break from work. Joined by Prime, Latimus Prime, building this brand, the Prime brand. You can see about 4% of him there with his hood up and his sunglasses on. You just woke up, haven't you, Prime?
Yeah. Being in the Chelsea fan base is just so annoying. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. So let's get into it straight away. Sheffield United. So this is the Star. Someone actually caught my eye about this, being a United fan. So it says here about their fourth round tie against Plymouth Argyle. January transfer window, the Blues continue their pursuit of Manchester United outcast Jesse Lingard. So firstly, do you think Jesse Lingard, that's a good fit for Lingard?
No, I think he's better than Sheffield United. I think he's much better than Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United at the bottom of the league. Lingard, I think he could play for West Ham, he could play for Southampton, he could play for Villa, he could play for Leeds, Crystal Palace.
Mm-hmm.
So mid-table, yes, sure, but Sheffield United are bottom of the league, and no offense to them, but he's better than Sheffield United.
Yep. It does say actually he's being caught by West Ham and Nice, but Sheffield United are really focusing on encouraging Lingard. I think he would lift them, and I don't know if any clubs will be looking at Lingard like this is the player we need. He hasn't been in great form. Don't get me wrong. When you get a Lingard in great form, he can do a job for you. He runs his socks off, that guy. He really does. He's 28 years old though, so that's my issue with him. Really, is that he's 28 years old. He's dropped off. I know he's had his issues and things, but still, it's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? I'm not even sure what the price would be on him, to be honest. I'm not even sure what United are asking for him. I do need to find that out. But yeah, I want to get through these pretty quick, so we're just going to do the top stories. And if anybody's got anything to say in the comments, anything about their team or stories we should be looking at, please let us know. So we'll go to West Brom. Did you pull up West Brom, Prime?
Yeah, West Brom? They've just secured, or about a few days ago or so, they secured over Snodgrass, which is a good signing in my opinion. He can add a bit of creativity when they go forward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think West Brom. People are disrespecting Sam Allardyce. I don't think they're going to go down, not without a fight anyway. And I think Allardyce, he doesn't come into that job unless he's guaranteed some added quality to be brought in. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to bring in some sort of. They need to bring in a striker. So I think they need goals from somewhere. And I think if they bring in a striker, I don't know, could they manage to get someone like a Greenwood on loan or something? Maybe that's a bit extravagant, but they need to bring something from somewhere. Because if they can get 10 goals from now until the end of the season, that would be enough to stay up.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know what I seen in their last game was a lot more fight, actually. I can't remember his name, but he's a young centre-back who's playing right-back. I thought he was quality, but the blocks he was making. Yeah. So I've got here, Sam Allardyce makes a prediction that West Brom transfer hunt intensifies. Working tirelessly on transfers is something that Allardyce is demanding of himself and the club within a heavily restricted recruitment budget. That is the thing. That's what he's good at. He is good at that. Like working with a budget, getting the best out of players. Like his man management is brilliant. Like every player
mean,
fights under Sam Allardyce. He's great for that.
on Friday, they were linked to Galatasaray striker in Bay Diagne.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But
he
then,
says here. He says here that Sam Allardyce claims. So he says that he and West Brom's recruitment team will have made as many as 250 inquiries by the time January transfer window shuts in a couple of weeks' time. Which means for Sam Allardyce, he's great at identifying players that can come in. That's what I like about him. He kind of makes it work. The whole Snodgrass thing, that's something I want to touch on maybe tonight on Grounded Football. Not apparently there was a pre-agreement which you're not allowed to do in the Premier League with West Ham that he wouldn't play. So that'd be interesting to see what the Premier League comes out with after they've done their investigation.
what, that he wouldn't play this season?
No, I think there was some sort of agreement that he wouldn't play that game or something. I don't know the details, but something's definitely been said because Sam Allardyce would have wanted to play him. He would have wanted to play Robert Snodgrass. That's says here, having brought in Robert Snodgrass and having allowed Charlie Austin to rejoin QPR, as well as a bit of goalkeeping department reshuffle, the club have already outlined what they're looking for in this window and where they're going to try and strengthen.
That sounds fairly dodgy.
Yeah. Frustration rose a number as talks broke down with a number of moves, but it won't be through any want of trying. So I can see we know what he's going to do. We know what Sam Allardyce is going to do, and I do think they'll stay. I do think they'll stay up. It's a difficult window. The January transfer window is very difficult, but Big Sam's been here before. He's done this before. Let's just quickly get to a few of the comments. What have we got here? My guy Christian here says, Lampard in, Chelsea get proper manager, they will finish the top four. Football Brownie, always supporting. Appreciate you being here. We're all good. Prime's not awake, but I am. It's middle of the day for me. Says, to be honest, Prime, he won't get into the West Ham first 11, if you ask me, but I was thinking of West Brom on loan when I seen your video headline. Yeah, mate, he could do that. I agree. He'd be a good one. Did you look into Fulham at all, Prime?
No, because I haven't necessarily heard much from Fulham.
What's your thought? What's I'm bringing up? Because the idea of this show is for me to actually, for us to just look at the main headlines that the local papers are talking about, what they see as the big news, because they're close to the clubs. Like, they report the stuff that's close. We know about the big stories, the big players. That's all over social media. But I'm more interested in what the local papers are reporting, what they're getting, in their ear. But yeah. What's your thoughts on Fulham? What do you think they're going to be looking to do this window and this season?
I mean, I look at their squad. They started off a bit shaky in the ground, but they managed to kind of stabilize themselves. And I know they're still near the bottom of the table, but Scott Parker, I think he's doing a brilliant job. I keep saying people talk about Lampard and Arteta and Ollie. I mean, Ollie is clear, but I think Scott Parker is just as good as Lampard and Arteta, if not better.
Yeah.
So Fulham can actually gain a striker because they don't seem to have a source of goals. If Fulham because you look at Newcastle and they have Callum Wilson, but he's wasted based on how Steve Bruce likes to play. Fulham had Callum Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
The way they'd be this season, they'd be clear. So I think they just need that source.
Leonardo from Brazil. Wow, we love it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, people, and like the video and share it. And get your thoughts in the comments as well, because I love hearing what you've got to say. I talk to Prime all the time, man. So, like, I want to hear what you've got to say. Sorry, Prime.
That's cool.
Okay, so for Fulham. Press rumours about possible and actual transfer rumours for Fulham this season. Let's get off of this site. This one's rubbish. Bear with me, people. Who do you think is going to be relegated? Who's a dead cert to be relegated this season?
Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm.
West Brom if they don't get a quality striker.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think Fulham will also go down.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, even if Fulham get relegated, I think they should still stick with Scott Parker because there's genuine potential there, and I can actually see something.
Yeah. I don't know whether Fulham would stay up,
No, they won't. But then again, sometimes when you get promoted from the Championship, it's a bit tricky because you can have a season where you're just great and you get promoted, but you're not ready to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And Fulham just aren't ready to be in the Premier League, so they're going to go back down. Same with Sheffield United, to be fair. I know they had a brilliant season last season and they blew through expectations, but realistically, they weren't ready to be in the Premier League.
Yeah. No, it's such a tough... The relegation... This season, I think, is going to be very interesting because teams can really battle it out. Do you know what I mean? It's so close on points across the Premier League. You'll see the top sides drop points against these relegation sides a lot more than you would normally, I think, because they know there's potential of taking something from the game. QPR are looking into a potential loan deal for Fulham midfielder Stefan Johnson. So it sounds like actually a lot of the things, I haven't been reading them out of it, but a lot of things I've been looking at with Fulham, it looks like they're trying to move a lot of players out, which tells me that either going to bring some players in now or looking to do it in the summer, but them definitely moving players on. Norwegian has been omitted from Scott Parker's Premier League squad. He's had just 2 EFL Cup appearances this season. Former Celtic and West Brom man proved useful player to Parker last season. He featured 33 times in the Championship as Fulham won promotion. Is that a player not being able to adjust to the Premier League? What do we think that is, Prime?
I think it's a bit of just an adaptation. Like I keep saying, people keep saying how tough and competitive Premier League is and everything. And if that's the case, then won't players struggle with an adaptation period? So I think it's just a bit of an adaptation period, but you can't deny that he's got a bit of quality in him. And if he can get running and clicking, he's going to do well in the Prem.
Yeah. He was one of those players, actually, Scott Parker, that I actually like to watch. I actually like to watch him. Where are we? Burnley. Now, Burnley always interests me because I think Sean Dyche is a really interesting manager. I like his style. I like that he knows he hasn't got top players, but great balance in that side always. He's always do you know what I mean? Like he gets the best out of his players. They work hard. They fight for every ball. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Sean Dyche? What do you think he's going to do this season? Because he normally manages to stay around mid-table, doesn't he? He picks up points when they probably shouldn't.
Yeah, that's all he's really going to do. He is a good manager. Uh, But when people were linking him to other jobs and bigger jobs, and when he was being compared to Eddie Howe and stuff, and Sean Dyche has managed to get that out, the best out of what he has, and for me, that's the marking point of a manager, where whatever tools you have at your disposal, you have to try and get the best out of what you have. But
yeah, well, here's an interesting one. The Burnley transfer link that won't go away as Claret's linked with 199 career goal striker again. It's a rumour that seems to keep coming up every transfer window. The bookies are once again linking Burnley with a move for Watford captain Troy Deeney, who was one strike shy of 200 career goals in all competitions. I didn't know that. Turf Moor has been repeatedly mentioned as a potential destination for the striker, with Burnley named as favourites to sign Troy Deeney back in July. The 32-year-old goal-getter found the net 10 times in the Premier League last campaign, but couldn't prevent his side from relegation. They are 20-1 contenders with Sky Bet. Sam Allardyce, West Brom are the front runners, betting odds 3-1. The link between Deeney and Dyche is an easy one to make, given that he was linked with the player in 2014. Dyche admitted, however, that the Clarets would have struggled to have afforded the Birmingham-born man. And he says here, he's among many players I admire, but we have a certain brief. We can't spend 8 million on players, I assure you. This was back then. So this is a player he's always looked at. He fits it though, doesn't he? Troy Deeney fits Burnley. Aggressive, knows where the back of the net is, strong, a leader.
yeah, but does he? I mean, this whole thing of Brexit, Burnley, and stuff like that, and Deeney loves Watford, and the fans love him. There's that connection, and if he goes to Burnley, is he playing all the time? He's not going to be the captain. You're just sitting on the bench, and cause I don't think he's better than Barnes or Chris Wood or Rodriguez. So he's not going to be starting all the time as the main guy.
Yeah,
I think it would be the wrong move for him, personally. And
Do
also,
they?
I don't think he'd be,
I think
also I don't think he's going to be paying. I don't think he'd be paid that much more money.
Let's just get into the comments a minute. Let's see what we've got there. What have we got here? We've got Winter Surfer, always here, always supporting. Yes, please do that, people. Please like, share, subscribe. It's really important you do that. Epic Nin's here. All good. Bits and bobs. Love bits and bobs. We all love bits and bobs. Lindsay. Yes, Bobs. Tell them, Bobs. If you're new, subscribe. What have we got here? Epic Nin, a Man City fan. We've got here. Yes, I'm a United fan. So big up Football United TV as well. Go and check that out. Sean Dyche could fit the role at Newcastle, I think.
No.
Newcastle's so tough. I think the thing with Burnley is it's still like a local club. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone knows each other. Newcastle, there's so much. I don't think Mike Ashley and Sean Dyche would work personally. But new owners, I could see how that would work. Lanzi, yep. Deeney is a Burnley style player. I agree. Deeney would do anything to get more Premier League goals. Yeah, I expect he will. I mean, if you're a footballer, you want to play in the Prem, no?
Yeah, but if he's already a Burnley or Watford legend, if they come back up,
yeah, this is true. But they're having a very up and down season. You know, it's not like they're really dominating football in the Championship. They are having an up and down season. I was on Football United TV with Matt. Actually, we were talking to some Watford fans, and they were saying, you know, they haven't really got going consistently. So is
Yeah,
Burnley going
I
to buy him this window?
agree.
I don't know.
I agree, but it's a weird season for everyone.
Thoughts on Mandzukic and Ibra partnership? Now, see, I watch a lot of Serie A and I love Super Mario. I love Ibra as well, but I love Super Mario. He's going to kill it. They bought him to. They're going for the league. I think they're too strong. I thought a couple of seasons ago, United should have got Mandzukic when Ibra was injured. I thought it would have been a great fit. That guy is underrated. He is underrated.
Wait,
Have Burnley completed the takeover yet? Prime, do you want to look that up? Have a little look that up whilst we go into the next ones. Because
while I do that, Watford are third, and only
look at their results though. Look at their last like 5 results.
Yeah, but they're 7
and the
points
table.
off the top. They're 7 points off the top.
You know what I'm saying is they're not dominating it. They haven't gone down and dominating the league. It's a tough league. It's a very tough league.
True, but again, they're not out of it.
No. I wouldn't count them out of it. No.
Takeover.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was really a thing. Oh, AK Capital. ALK Capital has completed its takeover of Burnley with the US investor controlling 84% stake in the Premier League club. The Delaware-based ALK, which specializes in investments in the sports and media sectors, that its managing partner, Alan Pace, would take over from Mike Garlick as Burnley's chairman. Yeah, it has went there. 200 million. Wow. Interesting. So Burnley will look to. That means Sean Dyche is gone within the next year or two.
Maybe. This is quite an interesting story, actually. From Brighton. Tarek Lamptey explains Chelsea transfer decision and the 2 big Brighton influences in his game. Insists he's happy at Brighton after signing a new long-term contract with the club, just 1 year on from Chelsea. Lamptey has put pen to paper on a new deal. What do you think of Lamptey? Whilst I skim over this quickly, do you think it's a case of first season in, and he's just going to drop off at some stage? Do you think he can be consistent with his performances? Is there enough there in the player?
I think he's a very good player, very talented. He's young, so
he's 20 years old.
There is 20, so there is going to be a dip.
Yeah,
he's still a kid, but I think he's developing naturally at Brighton. You get these links to Arsenal and Man City. The guy's young. He should stay at Brighton for another year or two and just continue his natural development. Because it could be a thing of he gets rushed to a big club too early, and because his game hasn't fully developed,
and he's just picked up an injury, hasn't he? I didn't realise it's been that long. It's been out since the 0-0 draw with Fulham at Craven Cottage, since the 16th of December with a hamstring injury. The 20-year-olds earned plenty of plaudits this season, and so we should. And attracting attention from other clubs, with Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal named among the potential suitors. Well, I get the first 2, but Arsenal, no one wants to ruin their career on, I don't think.
Plus, people have to remember he's playing as a wing back. He's not playing as a fullback. So
no, that's right. No, he is a wing back. He's an exciting player. I love watching him. I can't lie. They Brighton moved the time down to a new deal amid the interest. Lamptey has spoken of his decision to join the Seagulls, why he feels he made the right choice to leave Chelsea. Maybe he could see what was happening at Chelsea.
Sorry?
It was a really tough decision for me to make, a hard one, having been there since a young age. But I felt, having had my debut and the way I did it as well, I felt like it had a taste of senior men's football, and I wanted more of it. Came to the point where I had to make a decision of where to go to develop more, and to play as many games as possible makes sense. that's what you want to see players do, really. Is get game time. We talk a lot about young players and we start judging them, but we haven't seen them play. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone's talking about like the young Arsenal players that are going, and you're like, and is it Tomori for Chelsea? Like you have yeah. Has he played 4 games at the back for Chelsea?
He played a lot of games early in the season last season for Chelsea, and him playing was when Chelsea looked the most consistent defensively and the most secure. But then Rudiger and Christensen came back from injury, and because they're more senior to him, they had to play, and that's when it started to fall apart because Lampard kept chopping and changing the defense, and even this season, you'd think Tomori would be. If Thiago Silva can't play because of age or whatever it may be, you would think Tomori would be the one to step in, but Rudiger has or Christensen, and it hasn't worked out as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Welbeck left Watford for Brighton and looks to have paid off. Yeah. What's Christian saying? I love this guy. I don't know why anyone is putting pressure on the Glazers. They bought Diallo in the summer, and everyone wants to act like he was bought in Jan. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, but United fans are getting gas off Diallo, and think he's coming straight into the team. And when he doesn't play, Ollie's going to get the stick of it. So,
yeah.
Speaking of Ollie, as an Arsenal fan on Twitter, yesterday said that Arteta is a good attacking manager on the same level as Ollie and Bielsa.
Newcastle. So we've got Newcastle takeover claim, latest on Steve Bruce's future. Do you think Steve Bruce is just going to stay there as long as he can pick up, like, I don't know, 4 points in 3 games or something, or 5 games? Do you think he's...
Newcastle fans definitely don't like him, but Kendall and Sav and stuff, they definitely don't like him. Thing is, Newcastle are where they are supposed to be. Well, they're 15th. Okay, yeah, 15th in the table.
Well, you said that they lost 3-0 to Arsenal. And
yeah, but Arsenal have
Steve
a better team.
Steve Bruce says here, he indicated to make changes and suggests the gloves are off following the awful midweek performance at Bramall Lane as well. So he's not going to be happy, is he?
No, but I don't think he's doing. I think he's getting the bare minimum out of that squad. They've got a talented squad. Remember, Callum Wilson. Yeah. They've got Alan St. Maximin.
Arsenal as well.
Almiron is actually a good attacking player if you put him in the right system. People laugh, but Joe Linton, he is a good striker. Andy Carroll is a good option off the bench. Hard workers in midfield.
Why is he a good striker? Explain to me. Explain what he does well.
Joe Linton. I think if you can get him in the right system and try and get the best out of him. Because for me, again, you know what I keep saying. As a manager, it's your job.
Yeah, but how are they going to get the best out of him, Prime? How are they going to get Joe Linton? Like Jem's in the comments now. Jem will say in few words what he thinks of Joe Linton.
Get the best out of what you have at your disposal.
So what is that? What is that with him?
I'm not a manager, so I don't know.
So yeah, but you're saying you rate him as a striker. What do you rate him for doing?
Well, not rate him as a striker, but I've seen managers get the best out of him. I've seen Nagelsmann at Hoffenheim get the best out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, you get the best out of the player that you have at your disposal. And I don't think Bruce is using him to his strength. Not really. I've seen.
So what do you want to see him do? Hold the ball up more, or what? What do you want to see him do? What do you want to see Bruce do with Joe Linton?
Can I? Not just Joe Linton, to be fair. I think just the squad they have in general. They are kind of where they should be, 15th. But again, he's not getting the best out of that squad. I think Wilson is saving them way too much, considering the fact they don't.
You say this, but he's just been. The bookies have just put him as favourite to be the next manager to lose his job. Sorry. He was. Sorry, Frank Lampard. It's now Frank. It's now Frank Lampard.
Okay, funny joke.
Bruce was temporarily made the favourite following Newcastle United's, in fact, defeat at Arsenal on Monday. A winless run in all competitions in 9 matches. The pressure has mounted in recent weeks following a series of poor performances, but the 60-year-old has vowed he is the man to revive the club's fortunes. However, this defiant stance has not stopped speculation mounting over his long-term future. Former Bournemouth manager Eddie Howe has been named the favourite to take the hot seat, so might actually dispense Bruce. No?
Because at Bournemouth, Eddie Howe had he had so much control over how things worked. Well, yeah, to a certain extent, he had so much control. He's not going to get any at Newcastle. He's not really going to get any investment, is he? But again, the squad they have is talented, and maybe he can get something out of them.
Thank you, Christian, for that one.
Well,
thank you for that one.
Sir,
Right,
for what
where
do
do
I
you find these
Arsenal fans? I will at you in the thing
because
on
he
Twitter.
talks to anyone. That's the problem. Arsenal fans.
I
on Twitter
reply
don't
to
mix.
anyone. I reply to anyone.
Bruce is a yes man. Gem's in here. Thank you, Gem. Steve Bruce is yes man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Joelinton, he is shit for him. What he's saying, maybe again, he's not suited for this league and for anyone. I'm not saying he's a world class or anything. I'm just saying, as a manager, it's your job to get the best out of what you have.
What about what Matt's saying here? Football United TV.
Lampard with Bruce Prime.
Would you do it right now? I would. Not as a long term, but if I had to get someone else in, I would have Bruce rather than Frank right now because they don't believe in Frank. They're not doing it for Frank. Come on.
Steve Bruce is not better than Frank Lampard.
What? How is he not? No, wait. No, what are you talking about? How is Steve Bruce not better than Frank Lampard?
I don't know, whatever. I just don't want to see Bruce.
No, I just no. I actually want to know.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. I just don't want to see Bruce. It's no fun.
I would take Steve Bruce Prime. He's the guy. He's the guy.
He's the guy to do. I take Ollie.
Of course. But
but I've been saying that since he came in. He's a good manager.
The problem is you can't fucking have him.
Yeah, well, United are now favourite for the title, so if they bottle it.
Nah, Leicester are favourite for the title now, aren't they?
No,
How's that any different? Leicester are top of the league right now. How's that any different?
Because you were top by 3 points and it was all 21 and 21.
Okay. Whatever, Prime. Wolves. What do we think of Wolves this season before we get into some news for them?
They're missing Raul Jimenez badly.
Yeah. He's underrated as a striker. He really is. He's a great striker. What have we got here for Wolves? So the main story is Wolves refuse surprise transfer request for January move. Dion Sanderson is currently out on loan at Sunderland from Wolverhampton Wanderers, but Cardiff City reportedly wanted that stay to be cut short in order for the defender to return there. So Wolves have rejected a bid from Cardiff to take Dion Sanderson on loan. He's currently at Sunderland. League One side. It's crazy that we say Sunderland, League One side. Season-long loan. Cardiff asked Wolves to cut that stay short so he could return to the Bluebirds, where he enjoyed a successful loan spell last season. They refused the request. I was 21 years old. He should be getting regular football. He needs regular football. Yeah, that's pretty much what he says. Is there anyone else in Wolves you think could really, because like Jota's gone, Doxey was a big part of them, Jimenez, he's a massive miss. He's just a huge miss for them. Is there anyone else in that squad or anyone you think they should be getting in right now just to give them that boost? Nuno Espirito Santo insists Wolverhampton Wanderers aren't looking over their shoulder. I'd say they are. I'd say they're in a bit of trouble. Yeah, they're in trouble.
In trouble in terms of what?
I think in trouble in terms of they're going to have to change the way they play now. They have to get a striker. They need to do that.
Oh yeah,
the pressure on that young kid, I think, and if you can't score goals,
he's not good enough.
We don't look at the table, said Nuno when asked whether he fears being dragged into the battle at the bottom. We look at how we are doing, what we're doing well and what we're not doing well. We must find better solutions and make better decisions. Yeah, it's football. Mistakes, bad decisions that require better solutions. That is what we're going to work on. West Brom, they played. That was a good game, actually. And he says here, we are disappointed that we didn't achieve what we wanted to give the supporters. A good game and a good performance that can make them happier through these tough moments. Bit of PR there. But yeah, I just let's get through these a bit quicker. Right, let's take Palace. Thoughts on Palace? So I'm bringing up some local news for them.
I think they're fine, Palace. They recruited well in the summer. Ezra's been a big signing for them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Batshuayi would have more of an impact. To be fair, I don't think he hasn't played much or had the desired impact I thought he would have. However, they've got a really good team. It's solid. Mid-table? That's where they should be. So
yeah.
The only thing is Roy Hodgson. He might leave eventually, or he will leave. I think his contract ends at the end of the season, and it's then who do you have going forward from that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you continue the same style, or do you transition into a more attacking approach?
Yeah, it's one of those, when they click, it's one of those sides where you could say like individual brilliance changes games for them. Do you know what I mean? If Zaha's on his game, it's a very different side. Like those front players link. Here we go. So we've got here. And it's just loading. Crystal Palace confirmed surprise. Max Meyer January transfer decision. Crystal Palace have confirmed that German midfielder Max Meyer has left the club by mutual consent, having made 56 appearances for the Eagles since 2018. He's left the club by mutual consent. The German midfielder who joined the Eagles on a free transfer has found his opportunities limited in the recent seasons. And the only appearances he made were in the Carabao Cup. Which isn't great news, is it? Max Meyer has left Crystal Palace Football Club on mutual consent. The German midfielder made 56 appearances for the club, scoring twice since his move to South London in 2018. Everyone at Crystal Palace thanks Max for his efforts whilst he was with us and wishes him all the very best for the future. They're clearing out, aren't they? There's nothing really big here for Crystal Palace, you know. There's nothing like... I'm just looking at what they're promoting as the big news. That's what we're doing. Leeds. That club Leeds. Thoughts on Leeds?
Highly disrespected. I think Bielsa, what he's doing, is highly disrespected. People say they're inconsistent. I don't think they are. I just think, against the bigger top 6 or maybe top 8 sides in the Premier League, are they going to beat them? No, they're not. Obviously, cool. They're going. United batter them, Chelsea batter them, fine. But when they play the lower half of the table, they have the quality to be able to beat them comfortably. So that means they'll finish mid-table in the Prem.
Yeah,
that should be where they are, right? So yeah, and then from there, it's about the following seasons you start to build, and if you continue along this path, you get better defenders. That way, you're not going to be conceding as much against the top 6, and you can give it a bit of a go and a bit of a challenge, or you change and adapt your system. But as of this season, they're doing what I expect from them. So
Leeds United transfer news.
they're not good, Andrew. I'll block you.
I don't mind it. I'm a United fan. I hate Leeds, I can't lie.
I'll block you as well.
Well, I thought you were a Chelsea fan. White's linked with Serie A midfielder Diego Llorente praised. The Yorkshire Evening Post live daily blog. So this is the Yorkshire Post, which is their local news. Obviously, Bielsa's side fell to a disappointing defeat to Brighton and Hove on Saturday afternoon. They didn't play till Tuesday. What have we got here? Let's start. Open to signing the midfielder on loan. I think Leeds is a weird one. Not a weird one, but it's a very... the club are definitely moving forward. Have you watched the documentary on Prime, man? Have you seen that?
About Leeds? No.
Leeds United are open to loaning Fiorentina midfielder Eric Polgar without a prefix for you to buy, though the Serie A club prefer to install buyout clause. It's claimed the Chilean is at the centre of contacts with Torino and Leeds. Bielsa's gonna buy these players that we don't really talk about, you know. He's good at doing that. He wants high energy players. That's my thing with them. Can they sustain it throughout the season? I question whether they would have made it to the Prem in the way they did if they didn't have the break in the season. Do you know what I mean? White suffered £25 million blow as striker tipped for Ellen Road move, prices himself out of the Premier League return.
It's something that it definitely played a part in them getting promoted. Anyone who's no one can deny that. However, I mean, that lockdown break helped a lot of teams, not just Leeds getting promoted.
Yeah, they just like to praise Bielsa. Like you're a big You're a Bielsa sexual now.
Yeah, I'm not. Just you. I just
You
don't
are.
like. I just don't like the disrespect he also gets.
He plays exciting football.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not the football that I'm on about. Really, it's just what he's done historically.
While I'm looking these up, Prime, do you want to go through the comments? Please
Yes.
like the stream, people, and share and subscribe. Really appreciate it. I'm seeing some new faces in there today, actually.
Bruce, he would never get us in top 4 last season. Yeah, true. Has Bruce ever won a cup apart from championship playoffs, etc.? I don't know. Neto at Wolves, yeah, he's talented. Traore's having a bad. It seems like Traore's having a bit of a different season statistically, but then again, it's understandable because Wolves in general are having a bit of a dip. Yeah, Neto, Podence. We need to buy a striker.
Yeah.
You need to, if you look at the last 9 games, assuming you're talking about Wolves, Eze is a future prospect for sure. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah, I
that.
like him a lot.
Do you
I
think
like him a
Eze
lot.
can make? Do you think he can make the step up? Not
Not
yet,
yet.
but in a year
Not
or
yet.
two.
Let me just get a little bit on Villa. We'll pause on those a minute. Conor Horan breaks silence on Aston Villa exit. A Swansea City transfer nears. Let's have a little read of that. That sounds quite interesting. Horan has broken the silence on Villa Park departure as his move to Swansea nears. Are reporting that the Republic of Ireland international will undergo a medical at Liberty Stadium on Wednesday ahead of a loan move. Dean Smith, head coach, is set to allow Horan to out on a temporary basis. 29 years old, I didn't realise that. Made just 4 Premier League appearances this season and was initially edged out of the Villa starting 11 when Ross Barkley came in. However, Barkley is injured now.
Avila, yeah, been injured for quite a bit. He started off well. He started off brightly when he first came. He was a big part of why they won. They beat Liverpool 7-2. A big
Gabby
part.
Gabby Abongnahor sent him a message. Love this guy. Always hungry to play football. Good luck at Swansea, bro. Look forward to seeing you back at Villa next season.
I feel like a perfect right now, really.
Yeah.
They signed well in the summer.
So do they just want to? It sounds like
goalkeeper.
It sounds like they just want to let him out on loan to give him football. They don't just want to leave him on the bench right now. They want to keep him. He's an option for them.
Yeah, well, he is.
Been to see Dean Smith says he's been to see me a number of times because he wants to be playing. First and foremost, I don't want Conor to go anywhere on loan, but Conor has asked if he can go out and get games. So we have said, as a football club, we will look at it. If there's a viable option for both club and Conor, we'll probably allow him to go out on loan to play games, but we do want the player back. Yeah, so they rate him, but he's just not in the plans right now. Maybe they're looking for other players just to balance it up. I don't know. You never know with clubs what they're actually doing. Let's go to this small club here. It's Arsenal, I think it's called. Arsenal. What's going on with Arsenal, Prime? Are they back?
They're like 11 points off top or so. So they're in the title race. According to their fan base. So.
Once I find a story that catches my eye.
They're not.
5 minutes ago. Here we go. What have we got here? Socrates leaves Arsenal after contract cancelled by mutual consent. Is that today?
Yeah, because I saw that as well.
Let's have a look. That's big news. Let's read it. Arsenal fans will be happy. I think I've seen Stephen pop up in the comments, so we'll be happy about this. Arsenal have agreed to cancel the contract of defender Socrates. I'm not reading the surname by mutual consent. Joined the Gunners Borussia Dortmund in the summer of 2018 for a fee around 17 mil. Slipped down the defensive pecking order. The centre-back found his opportunities limited last season. Mikel Arteta left him out of Europa League and Premier League squads in 2021. 32, I didn't know he was that old. Had 6 months left to run on his contract, but has now left Arsenal immediately after agreeing on mutual termination. Edu, the technical director, said, on behalf of Mikel, our coaches and players, everyone at the club, I would like to thank Papa for his contribution to the club. He's been an important part of our group, model professional throughout, blah, 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 PR stuff. 69 appearances for Arsenal in total, and he won the FA Cup. Okay, cool.
The way you said that, you won the FA Cup. Yeah,
It's not.
Arsenal need. Their fans keep saying a creative midfielder. I've heard Arsenal fans say they'd rather get Wendy.
They've got 9. They got like 9 centre backs though. Prime, like they can't.
And they still can't defend properly.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to do some more of the comments once I look at Southampton?
Yeah. Arsenal are just shockingly bad. Steven says basically he wants to come on. Should I send him the link?
Yeah, we'll bring him on once we go through. I might do a little bit on it, just so he can have his say on what he thinks.
The goal he dribbled from his own half is in brilliance. I'm saying you're talking about Eze's goal.
Actually, sorry, I was talking to myself then.
Actually, no, Southampton. I do have some news on them. Apparently, Spurs are linked to Danny Ings.
Yeah, I was just going to read this. I seen Ralph Hasenhüttl on Sky, and he was like, Danny Ings wants to play Champions League football, and he pretty much said if he scores 15 more goals a season, he might, which I thought was a great response. That was one of that's the best answer to it. Score more goals for us and get us up the league.
I think I've said this. If he went to Spurs, he played up front and Kane played in the 10. I think that would be interesting. Because we know Kane can play deeper. He's got the vision, passing range, and intelligence. And Kane still bags goals. So
yeah.
I think that would be quite interesting. Plus, you have a backup striker when Kane gets injured.
Yeah,
so you don't have to play Kane as much. You can rest him.
Not just that. It's like you can rest Harry Kane then. You can rest him. Like that's massive. Yeah, that
also, you have Ings is not of the same quality as Harry Kane, no. But you have a striker there who can push Kane.
Different type of striker though.
Yeah, I know, but he can. Like if Kane, I don't know, say Kane's out injured for like a month or two, and Ings is bagging in goals. Mm-hmm. Kane now has to sit on the bench and fight his way back. That pushes you.
Yeah, actually, this is an interesting story. Saints step up their partnership with Ghana's Porcupine Warriors. Where's the story?
We need Ings. Chelsea. We don't really.
Ings would do a job for you though.
Yeah, true. Ings should go to Leicester and place Jamie Vardy. Yes, but Ings is not the long-term future because of his age. But Ings would be a good replacement for Vardy. Different, again, type of striker, but a good replacement.
So, Hasenhüttl says, we are in the market. We are eyeing players for the future. I like him a lot.
Ings. Also, Hasenhüttl is on the short list for Chelsea as well.
Sorry, did I say Ings? I meant Hasenhüttl. Old Ralph. We like old Ralph. He'd be a good manager at Chelsea, you know.
We're very much into him.
Hey, listen. If Poch can go to Spurs and be God, Ralph can definitely do it.
Yeah, but Poch didn't win anything at Spurs.
Yeah. Right, let's go to Crybaby FC. Any more comments to read out, Prime?
Baby FC.
Chelsea. Crybaby FC. No, it's YFC. Sorry, I named it YFC.
YFC. I mean, guys, keep
Yeah.
getting. I mean, we've won recent Premier Leagues and United, but yeah, guys, keep going in the comments. Get interactive, get involved. But yeah, Chelsea. The big thing with Chelsea is just Lampard. Really, is apparently the board and stuff are having talks with him today to get their strong links with what Tuchel and Allegri and stuff like that.
Who would you like to come in out of those though? Who do you want to come in?
It depends on what we're gonna. If we're if we just want a winner, then you get Allegri. However, I don't think all the players we have necessarily suit him. But if you just want Allegri would come in and we'd win the league. Like we'd probably win the league next season or something if Allegri came in. But if you want someone who you can build with, then there's no better option really out there than Tuchel. And Tuchel is also a winner. He's won trophies. People talk about at Dortmund. He transformed that Dortmund side. Remember, Klopp left them in a relegation battle. He went to PSG. People can say he didn't win the Champions League at PSG. No one has. But he is PSG's most successful manager. His points per game is ridiculous. What he's done with that squad. People talk about Neymar and Mbappe, but other than that and a few others, that squad is extremely poor, and he's able to get the best out of them.
Yeah. No, let us know in the comments who you think Chelsea should go for as a boss and why really. Right, I think we're going to look at Chelsea news. I've skimmed through, and it's all the same thing. Like Frank Howard, blah blah blah. It's just boring.
Wasted energy, as you say.
Loan signer Souček. Randolph rejoins West Ham from Middlesbrough. That's not new.
Yeah, I think West Ham. The big news really would be Declan Rice.
I'm on the local papers for them.
I don't think West Ham are really linked with anyone. Not strongly, but I think again, Declan Rice would be the big news from West Ham.
Yeah. What have we got here? Ugly 3 points. Antonio says we're grinding these results out. It's all player reports. I want to know what Moyes is saying. It's just saying about recent games. There's no real news on them. There's nothing big that I can find in the local papers on them. It's just like happy with the results, but the performance is still on up to scratch. Antonio says we're grinding out results.
Again, like I said with West Ham, they're not really linked with anyone.
No.
The only big news is just Declan Rice.
Yeah. Let's go to the Toffees. Any more comments, Prime?
No, I don't. Not really more comments, Bob. Asking me to play attractive football. Yes, he does. Great man manager. Plus, he's managed to turn bad form around as well as knowing the Premier League competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
But would he leave Southampton right now? He's pulling something. Don't know. Would Rodgers leave Leicester right now? I know we'll get on to Leicester in a bit. But yeah, there's nothing really with them.
Here we go. Everton. What's your thoughts on Everton?
They're doing well. They recruited well this summer. I don't rate James like everyone else does, but he was someone that was needed. They brought in Alan and Decore. Ben Godfrey's been amazing for them. And people were saying when Ancelotti first came in, he's done, he's finished. First game of the season, what they beat Spurs 2-0, wasn't it? And then they went on a good run of form, and then they dipped a bit. But again, that coincided with a bit of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But they got through it. They beat Chelsea, and that managed to turn them around a bit. But they're sixth now, 32 points. It's where they should be. Is top four a realistic? Will they get top four by the end of the season? Maybe, maybe not. But if they finish fifth or sixth, which could get them a Europa League spot.
Yeah, I just want to say Ancelotti's come out saying about Iwobi, who I thought actually had one of his best games against Chelsea. Sorry, Prime, but he did.
No, he did.
It says Ancelotti says it was great for Alex Iwobi to get his goal against Wolves, and that will be a big confidence booster for him. But it's not just the goal I'm pleased about. He's coming to the club and didn't really hit the ground running. What I've liked from this season is that he hasn't moaned. He's been asked to play a lot of different positions, and he's gone with it. Played a lot of positions in my career, but just being on the pitch, didn't really care where it was. With other players, you can tell by their body language they're in a position they're not really comfortable in, and that's let the team down. With Iwobi, he's always been trying to find his foothold. The energy to try to get back. I've seen that a lot from him, actually. He is full of energy. We've Iwobi helps to balance the side with Richarlison from one side, and Iwobi at times has also done it. But there's a willingness that I've liked, his attitude of always getting this. That's the thing, right? Player attitude for me is key. It's massive. Like, if you don't have the right attitude, you're done. Any comments, Prime? I'm going to look up Spurs quickly.
Guys, keep getting in the comments, get interactive. Wait,
tomorrow I'll look up all these papers before. I thought this would work to look through to Google stuff, like, because I wanted to get the newest news, but maybe we'll do a bit of both tomorrow.
Well, West Ham, Craig Dawson, did he made permanent? It's not the same Craig Dawson that's been at like what was it, Hall and stuff like that in West Brom.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
We've got here.
But yeah, what Spurs again? The only news I know really is Danny Ings for them, which is the big news that's coming out really. Again, like I said, I think it'll be a brilliant signing.
What we got here? Here we go. Eric Dyer. Did you see him playing under Mourinho in centre back?
Yep.
Oh, you did? Okay.
What? Oh, did I think he would be playing centre back? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, because he's like a B-Tech Harry Maguire.
Yeah. He said here about Mourinho, as players, we want to perform for him. He's created a fantastic atmosphere, a fantastic camaraderie. In the dressing room, we all want to perform for him. And to anyone asking those kind of things, as players, we want to prove them wrong for him. And I think we can do that. A constant criticism of Mourinho has been his so-called defensive style of football, but Spurs are joint in the title race. What? I don't know what paper this is. But I was dated today. Everyone's put their individuality aside. But the club is bigger than that. There's been a big shift in that sense with this squad. Yeah. Mourinho does that if you get him happy. Any big transfers or anything for Spurs? Do you think Spurs will actually go for? I don't know if they're going to spend money this January. You know.
I don't know if January Ings will be this January. No, but I think in the summer, Southampton don't get Champions League or Europa League football. I think it could be a realistic target. But we're talking about Spurs buying someone in general. Do they need someone per se? Maybe a centre back or something. Yeah, but again, anyone they would bring in would have to be a big money, a quality signing, and I don't think you'll get that in January. So no, I don't really see them bringing anyone.
Let's see if there's anything on their website. Anything new? News. What's their latest news they got on the Spurs website? Sometimes these. 2 hours ago. Opportunity knocks for Joe Rondon, as he knows he has to grasp every chance that comes his way. The Welsh international centre-back started 2 loss for Premier League. Joe impressed again alongside Eric Dyer in his 6th appearance in all competitions. Apart from Dave McGoldrick's header. He's eligible for the group stage Europa League, Carabao Cup, and in the Carabao Cup after playing for Swansea in the first round. Ineligible, sorry.
What, Rodden?
Yeah. Yeah, however you say his name. Is it Rodden? Rodden?
Yeah,
I don't know.
think so.
Ineligible for the group stage of the Europa League and Cup tied in the Carabao Cup after playing for Swansea in the first round. Chances have been limited for Joe, who made his full debut in the Premier League against Chelsea in November.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He played against Chelsea. He looked comfortable in that game.
Yeah, we'll just read what he says here. He's part of a statement. This is only an hour old, so this is a top club with top players. So far for me, to come into this environment and learn alongside these players every day is only going to improve me as a player. I'm grateful and delighted to be part of it. I've got to keep up the hard work every day. PR. Yeah, basically, he wants to play football and he thinks he's good enough. Jose obviously likes him because Jose's not going to play anyone he doesn't like. Yeah, what's your thoughts on him? Do you think he works against Dyer? I'm not too sure on it.
I think he's a good centre back. He's just young. It's same thing I have a Spurs fan, Japhet Tanganga. I rate the guy as a centre back. He just doesn't play much, maybe because he was inexperienced. But I think the Spurs, they need a better centre back than Dyer, clearly. And if they can get that in the summer, them securing Champions League football, whether it's by winning the Europa League or getting top 4, can help them buy a better centre back to partner Alderweireld or to partner one of Rodden or Tanganga or even Davids and Sanchez. I think that could be a major boost for them for next season.
Yep. No, I agree. We've got to respect Craig Dawson, and you can see he's 1 in 5. Anyone else set to come on? No, but we are gonna. I think we're gonna open it up. We'll probably go for like hour and a half. I'm just gonna do these quickly.
Liverpool now.
All good. We're all good. Make sure everyone you subscribe. Press that like button. You can finesse it. You can smash it. Whatever you want to do, just hit it, please, people. I don't really mind. Do you know what I mean? It's not my phone or computer you're going to break. So,
or TV. Anyway, Liverpool.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one. Hour ago. This is the Liverpool Echo.
someone that
headline?
now they're linked with Danny Ings a bit, but it makes sense because Danny Ings has put himself available.
I can't see that happening. He's not going to want to go back. Liverpool transfer news live.
You've got Wijnaldum, who hasn't really signed a new contract. Van Dijk is back from he's now back in training and stuff.
Lloyd Bade, I'm saying. Look, Bade signing claim. Danny Ings return. Martin Odegaard latest.
I don't really see Liverpool signing anyone significant this summer or this January. Sorry.
Danny Ings is holding it off on renewing his contract with Southampton over his desire to play Champions League football. Opening the doors to clubs such as Manchester United, Liverpool. No. Meanwhile, a player once targeted by the Reds in Martin Odegaard has apparently told boss at Real Madrid he wishes to be sent out on loan again in January. David Alaba is still an option. I don't know about that one. I really don't know about that one. What's he saying here about old Jurg? What's he saying here? John Matip could come into contention for Thursday's Anfield tie with Burnley, but Jota remains a few weeks away from a return. Jurgen Klopp confirmed today. Matip has resumed full training alongside his teammates. Jota's rehabilitation from a knee issue is likely to continue into February. Joel's in full training, he says. They have to make a decision, and we will see how that will be until tomorrow. Diego's still a few weeks away. I don't know exactly how long it'll be. Next 1-2 weeks, he needs time. The injury needs time. Asked whether he missed being able to call upon the services of the forward, Klopp replied, "How much I miss a player is not important, because when a player is not there, it's not allowed to miss him." I never think like that. It's just that he is not there, and that's why we have to deal with the situation, and that's what we did. Cool. Yeah, Liverpool finishing third. I'm sticking to that. What do you think, Prime? Where are Liverpool finishing? People in the comments let us know as well. Where are Liverpool finishing?
Oh no. Look, Klopp's the best manager in the world, and they're supposed to have the best team of all time, so I expect them to retain the league. I said with United, I kind of think they'll fall away in the title running, but again, they could change my mind because they're on incredible form. I think that they're the second most informed team in the league based off of like 2020, the calendar year. Man City, people say Man City are in it, and yes, they do have 2 games in hand, but I don't think Man City have been on a brilliant run of form. I think it's only been like 2 or 3 games. Leicester, though, people are disrespecting Leicester. I'm disrespecting Leicester by saying they'll drop away, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. Vardy stole their banging goals, Madison and Didi. So again, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean Chelsea are going to win it, so hopefully it's an entertaining title race. But if Liverpool finish 3rd or 4th, if Liverpool even finish out of the top 4, it could actually happen.
I'm just going to pick one of these stories from Man City and get them a bit quicker.
Do Man City have any stories this summer or this January?
Winter? Not transfers as such. There was a little bit on players leaving, but I'm not. They're like part of the squad you never see. Man City can replicate Manchester United fixture boost against Aston Villa. Manchester City and Manchester United had the toughest start to the season because of their exertions in Europe. As a result, delays stuck to the campaign. Two Manchester clubs were battling it out. Where is the actual story? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, where is it? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side weren't able to slot their game in hand in an opportune moment, winning at Burnley. City can do the same with Villa. A COVID cancellation elsewhere gives them the opportunity with a win to top of the table. Do you think? I just think City are going to take the lead, and they're just not gonna. They're not going to fall off of it. I just can't see them falling off of it. I think they're going to do it. Hate to say it, but I really do think they're going to do it. What do you think, Prime? Think they've got it?
Win the league? Yeah.
Think anyone else has got a chance? Is it a one-horse race?
I don't think it's a one-horse race. I think, as of right now, it still is a title race.
Do you want to talk about Man United? Do you want to talk about Diallo debut date, or do you want to talk about United squad dilemma?
Talk about Sancho.
No.
Why? Why? Because apparently that's a thing again.
Yeah. It's not in the local paper though.
But like I said, Diallo.
There's Sancho alternatives.
I don't expect Diallo to.
Sancho explained. Sancho. See, you got me saying it now. Solskjaer explains his Manchester United squad dilemma ahead of a Fulham fixture. Manchester United have so much strength and depth. Blah blah blah. All 3 points against Scott Parker's side will see United retake the top spot, and the pressure is clearly on to get a result ahead of the game. Solskjaer has explained the dilemma he faces with his team selection due to the amount of options he now has over the pitch. So he's basically saying that everyone's fit. He says it really feels like we've got the strength and depth. I have to leave some players out of the squad when they deserve to be in. But it's a good challenge and conundrum to have for the right reasons. Yeah, okay, well that was a more boring story than I thought it was going to be.
Would you take Danny Ings?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would Ings replace Cavani?
I think you can play them both. Cavani can play out wide, you know. If we needed to.
Cavani's contract ends end of the season, yeah?
There's a 1 year extension that can be triggered. Do you want to put the link in the description, Prime?
Yeah.
We'll have some people jump on and we'll go for like another 15-20 minutes and then we'll be done. Manchester United open to loaning out Pellistri in transfer window.
Yeah, they wanted to get game time.
Yep, no, it makes sense. Makes sense to do that. It does make sense.
Andrew, Winter Surfer.
Afternoon,
Andrew.
gentlemen.
What's going on, mate?
How you doing, guys? All good?
All good, all good.
Wednesday afternoon. Big games tonight, right?
Yeah. Big club.
Yeah, well, us mid-table teams have to get some respect as well, you know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Man City are playing tonight. Never mind.
No, we said big. We said big teams.
Yeah, okay, big club with a fan base.
Yeah.
Big club with a fan base.
Fulham are playing tonight.
They got more
Fine.
fans.
Prime, get in the end. Get in the end and just show the display names. You get what I'm joking about. No, get to display the names.
Prime's got the controls as well, man.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous move. It's a dangerous move, but
SV Lee, Mr. Fraud.
It's from the other night. Literally saying people were saying like I'm a pimp, a fraud, a low life, and I'm like,
Okay.
well, yeah, and we were just, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to watch my game here. Like seriously. So I thought I'd just take the mic. I need to be put on forward watch on Friday night.
forward watch.
You could nominate yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to nominate myself. Yeah.
Is this the most boring January transfer window ever?
Yeah, it's because no one's going to buy anyone. Everyone's pricing each other out. I mean look at Wendia.
Yeah,
right? They want 40 million
anyway, aren't they? But you usually get one or two that pop through. You know, there's nothing.
And by the way, I don't know who said that on Twitter, but right, he's that Arsenal fan needs to get real. He's not the same as Bielsa.
Oh, his
nowhere near.
I'll tag you in.
Yeah.
Or I'll send it to you on Twitter, Stephen. I don't promote delusional fans. I don't promote delusional fans.
But this is the problem, because then you get other fans saying, you've said this, you've said that. And I'm like, what? I don't even go on Twitter, mate. I just use Twitter to DM people and say, I'm going live.
So I want to talk about James Maddison a minute.
Yep.
I think he's a very underrated player. We forget that last season we were comparing Maddison and Grealish. Like,
honestly, Maddison, even the last two performances, I mean, you could go on about all of his performances, but his last two performances this week have been quality, absolute quality.
Do you know what I'm worried about, though?
What?
Us, if you look at all the players in England, we have so many like them. Like, there's so many similar players. This is the problem. We don't have different players that can do different stuff, more or less like very one-dimensional. And
that's where I've always underrated. That's why James Milner, I think, is always underrated as a player.
Yeah,
you could put him in multiple positions. I mean, he's even done a job. Wasn't he in your title-winning squad last season, or was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, if there was a gap you needed to fill, you could put him in there.
He was very.
Let me just finish up on Leicester a minute. The last one. So this is a quote from Maddison. He says, after analysing Chelsea and putting together a short corner routine in the training ground, so for the Ndidi goal, right? We felt we could get off the mark early in the game. We worked on it. We looked at short corners and being creative. They switch off sometimes from set pieces, and we knew that was something we could capitalise on.
Do you know what that just shows? Yeah. It just shows how simple it is to beat Frank Lampard. Let's be honest.
Can I just say we were watching that in the second half. Me and Prime on Monsters Channel, and Leicester did not get out of third gear that second half.
No.
Yeah, I only saw bits of it, and I even saw bits of it. I only saw bits of it because I was like trying to rest up for today.
Brendan Rodgers had the most easiest training sessions. Just stop crosses coming in. That's all he needs to do.
Well, that's the thing with when you did. It's like you did with Arsenal. It's like when Arsenal played you as well. Is that like even Arteta managed to and not this. I'm not saying that Arteta knows absolutely nothing, but like he could work out quite easily how to nullify your attack.
That's what the Lewin manager is going to do this weekend. All he needs to do is practice his team just heading crosses.
It's quite well possible. I mean, they're only in the Championship, aren't they? So and it is the FA Cup. So if they keep him,
and they're the sort of goals you score in the Championship.
Do you know what's surprising to what's surprising to me is that we're still talking about Lampard in the job.
Oh yeah, should have gone.
Usually, he'd be cut by now.
Well, he should have done. He should have done what they did to Ancelotti. Did it at the stadium.
That's the thing. You bought Di Matteo in, I think, and he won you the Champions League, which you had spent probably about £1 billion trying to win. And then by the next season, because you got dropped out into the Europa League the next season, he was out the door.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
so
wanted
what I want-
the prize that he wanted in the first place.
So here's what I want to do quickly. I want to go through Prime, Andrew, Ram, then Stephen. I want to go through very, very quickly, not why, just the position that they would need through the transfer window. It's going to start with Sheffield United. The one thing they need, whether it be a striker or a goalkeeper. So we'll start with Sheffield, work our way up the table, what they need. Prime, Sheffield United, what do they need?
It doesn't matter. They're getting relegated anyway.
What do they need?
That's a cop out.
What do you think they need?
I think they need a goal scorer, but even with that, I don't think they'll play to his.
Do they need a striker? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, they need goals.
Okay, striker. Andrew, what do they need?
Striker.
Ram?
A winger.
Stephen?
I'm going to go with probably what Burnley needs, a striker, because they've only scored 10 goals all season.
Yeah. Cool. West Brom, Prime. What do West Brom need?
A striker.
Andrew?
Ditto. Striker.
Ram?
Yeah, they need a striker.
Stephen?
Attacking midfielder.
Another one.
Fulham, Prime. What do Fulham need?
Striker.
Andrew?
Yes. Striker.
Should we just put all the relegation sides in the bottom three at a minute, just as a striker?
I would say something different. I'd say they need a real leader in the middle of the pitch. They've got really hard work
that's a
inside.
good point. That's a shout.
They need
Midfielder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ram's obviously given his as well. Then Stephen, what were you going to say for Fulham?
Yeah, I would say so. If so, like a CDM just to sit in front of that back four and just command the midfield.
They're playing Harrison Reed, man. They need.
Yeah.
And you would
I
expect
agree.
that from being Scott Parker because he played in that sort of area of the pitch.
Yep. Burnley, what do they need? If they're going to buy a player, what are they going to buy? What do they need to get? Prime.
A creative midfielder.
Windsurfer.
Yeah. A dominant midfielder. That's what they need. They need a
Ram?
dominant midfielder.
Either a creative midfielder or a creative winger.
Stephen.
Yeah, something creative. You're something in the creativity, but with pace, because they're very slow and predictable.
Yeah,
at
I
times.
agree. Yeah, someone just to do something different. I agree. Like carry the ball a bit better.
We'll just have a bit of pace in their build-up play.
Yeah. No, I agree. Brighton, Prime.
A creative midfielder. They bought in Adam Lallana, but I don't think he's done much personally.
Okay. The next one we do will be Newcastle, Prime, so you can think on that one. Andrew, Brighton, what do they need?
I think they need a winger. Maybe a right winger or something like that.
Cool. Ram?
I think they need a proper striker.
Stephen?
Yeah, they need a proper striker because they can get opportunities, but they need someone clinical to finish them.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Prime, Newcastle.
I take it back. They need a left back. They need a left back instead. A left back. That
They
guy
have one.
man playing left back is
Yeah.
centre back.
No, Solly March plays left wing back.
I thought it was Dan Burn.
No,
Who cares? Let's go to
Oh, but there's
Newcastle.
is Lamptey Is Lamptey their right back?
Yeah, right wing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need some probably. Then he's got a point. Probably something.
He's injured with a
like-
hamstring. He's got a hamstring.
Yeah, but if he comes back, you see with Tierney when Arsenal played with Tierney and Cedric the other night, we had more like width and they were attacking both sides. and
Yeah, someone can get up and down. No, I
yeah,
I
it could
agree,
cause
actually.
extra problems on another side of the pitch.
Yeah, no, I agree. Newcastle prime.
Creative midfielder.
Next one's Wolves prime. Andrew, Newcastle.
Well, they need a new owner, but on the pitch, midfielder, central midfielder. I think Shelby's not the one.
Ram.
They need a new manager. And also they have two donkeys up front. So yeah, strike.
Stephen.
Wait, who's the two donkeys they have up front?
No.
Joe
Let's go
Linton
on.
and Andrew Carroll.
But Callum Wilson is their starting striker, though.
Yeah, but he's injury prone though.
Yeah, he's injury prone. It's true. Stephen, what do Newcastle need?
Yeah, I think they need, if they're playing counter-attacking football, they need a pacey sort of striker. And if Callum Wilson's not doing it, then they need someone else because Andy Carroll can't do it.
Yeah. Okay. Prime Wolves.
Striker. Fabio Silva is too young and inexperienced.
Andrew.
Yeah, they need. I didn't realize how vital Jimenez was to that team. He is. You're right. He's so underrated. They need someone like him.
He is.
He is
I
very
wanted them at United, and everyone was looking at me like, "Why?" I was like, "We've got Martial." I was like, "You don't understand what he does on that pitch. Just watch him. Watch him without the ball. He's more of an influence when he hasn't got the ball."
But that's the thing
that
with big
sounds crazy.
clubs is like they look at these smaller clubs in England and actually don't realise sometimes actually how
Look at Jota at
I mean, like
Liverpool,
Buendia, for
it's the same
example, as well, and they don't realise sometimes the talent that's there.
Yeah. Ram Wolves. What do they need?
A forward player. It's not really just a striker. They just need a forward utility player because they have two wingers after that. Who else do they have? Just need a player that can play striker and wing.
Yeah. Play across the front. Yeah, I agree. Stephen, Wolves.
I'm agreeing with Rams.
Cool. Prime Palace.
Nothing. I think they're not perfect, but I don't think they need anything immediate right now.
Okay. Andrew.
I think they do. I think they need a striker. I think they're a good strike away from being a real solid mid-table team and not looking over their shoulder. Because they got Zaha and Eze. You know what I mean? They just need that. They need that 10, 15 goal striker like a Danny Ings, for example. And they would be consistently in the mid-table.
Yeah, I was just thinking that Danny Ings would be a good fit there. Ram.
How old's Benteke? Is that what makes you running?
28.
Doesn't matter. He's finished.
Yeah,
Even then, I'd try and get a replacement for him.
Pram's like it's done already.
Yeah, he's done. He's dead.
Ram.
He's done.
What do the Crystal Palace need?
They need a target man striker to complement Jordan Ayew because Jordan Ayew is a very decent player, but he needs help. So
Stephen?
Yeah, they need a replacement striker
Okay.
because
Leeds.
they're relying on Zaha all the time. So
Yep.
Leeds.
Is he switched off?
Oh, me.
Leeds.
Sorry, you didn't say my name. I didn't know you're talking.
We were on standby.
Leeds. Funny. Leeds.
What do they need, Prime?
Centre back. They have centre back issues because of injuries.
Cool. Andrew?
Well, they need a coach who can actually coach properly. And also,
Stop it.
Prime's
a Bielsa sexual. Don't say things like that. Ram.
I think they need a veteran goalkeeper. The boy Melia is too young and he's a little bit inexperienced. Get like a quality 34-year-old goalkeeper and let the guy learn from him. They'll be all right.
Yeah. Before I go to Stephen, the next one is Villa, Prime. Stephen, what do Leeds need?
Yeah, by the way, Prime's not a Bielsa sexual. He's a Mourinho sexual. Let's get that right.
Steven, Jose sexual. You get that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Call me by my right title. It's like my correct title.
Yeah.
What do they need? Leeds.
I don't think I think they're all right at the minute, to be honest. I don't see what else they sort of need. To be honest,
All right,
maybe
fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. Villa Prime. What do they need?
Nothing really. I think they're maybe another
think they're
creative midfielder. Maybe another creative midfielder or winger, I guess, to take take a bit more pressure off of Grealish, or a backup striker to take the pressure off Watkins. But other than that, I think they're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the order's all mixed up. Okay. Winter Surfer, Villa. What do they need? And the next one's Arsenal Prime. So you know.
They need to replace that
New
fraud
manager.
Matty Cash. And
Oh yeah, I just heard that. I just heard that. What?
Nice.
Yeah, maybe. But I think Prime's right. Maybe a right winger, something like that, so they can have both sides.
Yeah. Ads. These are quick fire. What do Villa need? Just the position they need, not why.
I agree with Andrew. A winger, straight up. I think they just need a winger, man.
Ram.
I think they need a dominant centre back alongside Tyrone Mings. I think wingers they're all right with Traore and Anwar Ghazi, and they got some prospects behind them. So I think the centre back is what they really need.
Yeah. Stephen.
Yeah, I was gonna say a good partnership with Mings centre back.
Cool. Arsenal Prime. What do they need?
New manager.
Oh, he's sticking with that.
No, that's quite honestly my answer.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I think it's just
Pretty
getting the
accurate.
best out of Aubameyang. You get the
Alright,
best out
okay.
of Aubameyang, the fire off the table. So yeah.
All right. Cool. Andrew. What do they need?
Right back or centre back. I think Bellerin's just not. He's just not it. And
Gabriel's a fraud. I agree with you.
And Gabriel needs let me change it. An experienced centre back next to Gabriel. That's who they need.
Oh, we've got so many. We don't need any more.
Yeah.
No, but they're all.
I know.
Yeah, but Socrates left today. No, terminated his contract today.
Oh, that's
So-
8. And I'm still
Yeah.
counting.
Ads. What do Arsenal need?
Need to get rid of Kroenke, the cheat. That's what they need rid of.
Okay,
On the-
fair enough.
on the
Ram-
pitch, bro.
On the pitch. Yeah, sorry. On the pitch, Ads. What do they need?
All right, on the pitch, centre back.
Centre back. Okay, cool. Ram.
I think they need. I'd say a right back. Right back is important.
Okay, cool. Let's ask the Arsenal fan. What do you need most? What position needs to be filled?
Be quick, Stephen.
Kroenke, Matt Arteta, the manager, Kroenke, that needs changing. But if you're going to go on the pitch, Aubameyang, if you really want to go there. But a centre back actually give us both, give us more width on the right side.
Can I ask a question? 3 of you guys have said centre back. Arsenal fans keep telling me they have one of the best defenses in the Premier League. So why do you?
And they need to create. I would agree with what they normally say. We're not getting into the Arsenal debate. That's forever. That's forever. But I would say you need a creative midfielder, someone up top, just to add something different. It's kind of like you have your defense, midfield, massive gap, a striker, and that's how you need someone to link that play.
They had one of the best creative midfielders.
Yeah, it was either going to be a right back or someone to help out Smith Rowe.
Prime Southampton. What do they need? What do they need?
I think Southampton are perfect right now. Maybe they can get a striker to be a bit of a backup to Danny Ings. But you saw when Ings got injured, Theo Walcott and Che Adams stepped up. So I think they're perfect.
I actually like Che Adams. I think you can do a job for them. Andrew?
I gotta agree with Prime. I don't see, unless it's an outstanding world class, but I don't see where they need any changes. I think they are where they are, and I think Hassan Hootel is smashing it, man. I don't think they need to bring in anyone.
Okay, cool. Ads?
The words are taken out of my mouth, man. I think they needed just a good, decent backup for striker. Potentially even play Danny Ings and that striker next to each other in some games that they find easy. And it would be good to utilise both players at the same time.
Okay, cool. Ram, what do they need? Southampton.
I disagree. I think they need a winger. If they get a quality winger in, they could be a major force in the Premier League.
Okay, cool. Stephen?
I think, to be honest, Southampton are great the way they are. In a minute, got a good manager, good team. If Danny Ings gets injured, they've got other players that are doing a good job. So I agree with Prime. They really don't need anyone. Not in a real hurry.
No, I think they're honestly, I take Ward Prowse at United. It guarantees you 10 goals,
yeah.
10 goals a season, set pieces, goals. He's
he's
probably
He's so underrated, actually.
He's like Beckham, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
free kick.
Let's get through the next few quick because it's supposed to be my lunch break, man. Actually is. Chelsea, right? Just the position they need. Let's get through it quickly.
Just the position. We
Yeah.
need a CDM.
CDM. Andrew,
We need a dominant central midfielder. We need a proper box to box.
Yep.
What team are you talking about?
Chelsea. What position do they need? Just quickly. Just the position.
Midfield.
Midfielder. Okay. Ram.
Yeah, a dominant midfielder.
Stephen.
Dominant midfielder.
Okay. Cool. Prime. West Ham. What do they need?
Jesus.
What do West Ham actually need?
Do you want me to come back to you?
I think West Ham are quite good.
I agree.
They're quite well back. Maybe you can get a striker because I think there are better options out there than Antonio.
Yeah.
And who else do they have? However, Antonio does all the hard work for them. So
Yeah.
striker
agree.
is possible.
I agree. They need a striker because they're winning games, but they're not like battering anyone. They're sort of
Yeah, they need that. They need that
They need-
hard-working striker
Yeah.
as a second option as well as their
Exactly.
first option, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
A
They have a
striker.
pretty good side. Ads, would you agree with that?
Listen, I hear where they're coming from, but personally, I'd get an Ogbonna back up because he's doing so much work at the back on his ones. Really, if you look at the stats, he's literally making like 3-4 tackles a game in each half, and it's brilliant for him, man. He's having a good season. But yeah, back up for their back.
Yeah. Ram, what do they need?
I think they need a centre back. Personally, I think Balbuena and Ogbonna are all right, but you could do a little bit better there.
Cool. Stephen, what position do they need to fill in?
Yeah, I agree with Rams. They need a centre back, a good solid centre back.
Cool. Everton, let's just get the positions done because I actually really got to get back to work. Everton, what do they need? Just quickly, Prime.
A backup goal scorer.
What, a backup striker? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe not even
Okay.
a striker per se, but just someone who could play in that forward line.
Okay, a forward. Andrew.
They need a new number one goalkeeper. He's not good
Ads.
enough.
I'm gonna say a new defender. Actually, man, their defenders don't really surface much of like of a wall, really, man. They need to be stronger.
Okay, cool. Ram.
Man, they need a new goalkeeper.
Okay, cool.
New goalkeeper.
Stephen.
New goalkeeper.
Okay. Spurs. Prime, what do they need?
A new owner.
On the pitch.
Oh, a striker.
Okay, Andrew.
Centre back.
Ads.
Backup goalkeeper.
Ram.
They need a new. They need another winger, a right-sided winger.
I agree.
They could.
Okay.
That will complete
Stephen?
their attack.
Yeah, they're always relying on Son and Kane on the left hand side. So
Okay,
wing,
cool.
right wing.
Yep.
Apart from the manager.
Liverpool, Prime. What do Liverpool need? One position they can fill right now. What is it?
And a new manager, he's a fraud. But
No,
realistically,
seriously.
I am being serious. But realistically, a forward.
Forward. Andrew.
No, they're desperate for They need a centre back so can move Fabinho back in midfield. That's what they need.
Yeah, agreed. Ads.
Unless injury prone number 9 option.
Ram.
We need a lot of stuff. We need centre back.
Was that a bit of a Scouse accent on the end?
Yeah.
Back.
Stephen,
Therapy, help. Centre back.
centre back. City. What does City need, Prime?
1 second. May I ask, Liverpool? Their problem
No,
is
we're not
going
doing that
forward.
because I need to go back to work. So, what do you want? Liverpool. What position?
A City. Forward.
Sorry, City. Yeah.
Striker. City.
Striker. Andrew.
Yeah, striker.
Ads.
Striker, innit?
Ram.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez.
Stephen.
Yeah, striker. Is not doing it. Needs help.
Cool. United. What do Man United need? Prime.
You need fans. You need a CDM.
CDM. Andrew.
Oh man, right wing.
Ads.
You know what? I'm sorry, I have to do join. One centre back and a consistent right winger.
Okay. Ram.
Yeah, you need a right winger.
Stephen.
Either a right wing or a centre back.
Cool. And last, Leicester. What does Leicester need, Prime?
A winger. Creative winger. I
Andrew.
don't know what happened to Under, but yeah, a winger.
Back up for Vardy.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one. Ads.
Like I said, backup striker, and they can possibly utilise Vardy and that striker together in certain games.
Yep. Cool. Ram.
Yeah, a backup striker to Vardy. They don't have anyone else.
Yep.
Yeah, back
Stephen.
Backup. Backup striker.
Cool. Great. No, I agree. Backup striker, they could take that. That could really take them next level.
You know, actually, just to be a little bit more clear, you could have a winger, because if you have a pacey winger that can finish, you could play it both as a striker and as a winger.
Mhm.
So like,
That's why I hate
similar
Trent.
Yep. Okay, listen, I've got to end the stream because it was supposed to be an hour, but because it took longer than I thought. Because
All your
because
streams are supposed to be an hour.
oh, I know, just chat too much in it. But tomorrow the paper talk will be a lot.
I
quicker.
just blame Prime.
I get it. Yeah. Well, I get it sorted. But tonight is grounded football, people. 10:15. We'll be talking Chelsea. Talking obviously a little bit about the United game tonight, unless there's something big in any other game. And Arsenal, because Kesh is part of the panel, so we'll be talking about Arsenal back. You know, how's he feeling about the form they're in? So that's 10:15 tonight, people. And then Friday, our next show is for watching through the week. 12:30 every day. We'll do the local paper talk. So if anyone's got any stories they want to put in, then please send them in. Yeah,
Can I
what do you
ask,
say?
what is the name of the show that's going on tonight again?
Grounded football.
That's a nice
Yeah.
clip. You make
Nice.
that, I want. You make that.
Right.
Yeah, big up Bads for making all the little intros. We love it.
Big up.
But yeah.
Can I
Trademark.
quickly shout out my show tonight? Hot
Oh,
Off the Press
sorry,
show
yeah,
tonight.
people. Sorry, yeah. Do that.
Yeah, it's Hot Off the Press show tonight, 7 p.m. Reviewing last week's games, previewing the FA Cup, and great debate on whether basically a therapy session for Chelsea fans if they want to have a rant or debate.
That's a very ironic thing. An Arsenal fans hosting a charity stream for Chelsea. I quite like that.
Well, it's all about charity on my
Let's work
channel.
our way
so-
backwards. Ram, want to shout out your socials at all, mate?
Yeah. Follow my Twitter, LRB Rams, talking about football and all that nonsense. I will be posting a video, a live stream, FIFA live stream on Friday. Got tons of packs to open. I'm saving all up for
Mhm.
Team of the Year. Be mad.
He keeps Rams
Love
has said it a few
Ads.
times this week. So if he doesn't say it, get at him on Twitter.
Yeah, you can find me at Adzills, ADZILLZ on Twitter and Twitch. You can also find me on GNA TV. Recap time, episode 6 coming this week. Got heated last stream that we did, so gonna make a recap of it. Big up to the panel, man.
Yep. Winter Surfer.
Just on Twitter, but I'll be around and just follow all these guys and support their channels, man. They're doing good stuff.
Prime.
Yeah, my Twitter is down here. I got that right. Yeah, my Twitter's down there. Follow me. I'm on Football Terrace. Obviously here, the first 11. I'm on Bits and Bobs. We do the wrap up. We did one. Today's Tuesday, isn't it? Wednesday.
Yeah,
We did one on
Tuesday.
Monday.
Wednesday.
Everyone checked that out. That was extremely funny to do. I appear on Stephen Feely's channel sometimes, or S Feely, sorry.
SVD TV.
Sometimes. I'm anywhere and everywhere. Actually, since this is live, Eyes on the Ball TV, 3 p.m. Everyone tune in and check that out. I'm going to be there talking about Chelsea. So yeah, come back to us.
Big up.
Love it. Yeah, go and follow all these people. Subscribe to the channels. They'll all be involved with this channel as always. So and everybody else actually. There's so many people in panels and stuff on this channel. Really, really lucky. Thank you all for all your support. Some interesting new shows coming in the pipeline. Yeah, there's a Saturday night show. There'll be a ladies show for Sundays. There'll be a lot going on. Paper Talk. We got League One and League Two news coming. We got Championship stuff coming. So yeah, just a bit of everything going on. I won't be talking about 1 and 2 or Championship because it's not my bag at all. But there's some interesting people coming in to do that. But that would be good.
So all you pimps in the comments, like Monster and stuff, I see you. The female show, that's for you.
Yeah. Prime got a final thought. A final thought from Prime.
Final thought from Prime.